Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining us. I'm Todd Grosshahn, sitting in for Doug Bernard. We begin today where we left off yesterday at the summit in Sharm el-Sheikh, Egypt. African leaders there continue to struggle with what to do about Zimbabwe President Robert Mugabe. Here, Mugabe is swarmed by reporters at the summit. Though Western leaders consider his recent re-election a sham, Mugabe Tuesday blew off international demands for his ouster. His spokesman saving special attention for Great Britain.
They can go and hang. They can go and hang 1,000 times. They have no basis, they have no claim on Zimbabwean politics at all. And that's exactly the issue.
Actually, Morgan Tsvangirai's opposition party says the issue is how pro-Mugabe thugs pummeled or killed dozens of opposition supporters before the vote. Tsvangirai recently had to take refuge in a foreign consulate in fear of his life. Mugabe has presided over the near-total collapse of Zimbabwe's economy. Despite this, very little criticism coming from other African leaders. Their gathering in Egypt so far ineffective, even as criticism of Mugabe mounts from the U.S. and Europe. Now to Afghanistan, where more U.S. and allied troops have died over the last 2 months than in Iraq. One study shows U.S. troops are 4 times as likely to die in Afghanistan than in Iraq. A separate Pentagon report says security in many areas of the country is fragile. It says the Taliban has regrouped into a resilient insurgency using tactics like roadside bombings, so familiar in Iraq. 46 coalition troops died in Afghanistan in June. That was the deadliest month for those troops since the conflict began in 2001. In Iraq, quite a different story. Violence way down with a dramatic decrease in the number of coalition troops killed as compared to a year ago. Now to Baghdad. Iraqis there waiting in sweltering long lines for petrol in Iraq. This in a country with one of the world's largest oil reserves. To get to that oil, Iraq opening 6 major oil fields and 2 natural gas fields to development by foreign firms. Iraq now produces 2.5 million barrels of oil per day and wants to nearly double that in the next 5 years. We leave you with something that's noisy, dirty, and dangerous, and of course, a form of art. We're talking about chainsaw art, folks. Firewood transformed into eagles, horses. Possibilities are endless. The reigning world champion here, Kidokoro Keiji, back in Japan after claiming a 4th world title. That created quite a buzz. Get it? Chainsaw art gaining popularity in the U.S., Canada, Europe, and Japan. Apparently using chainsaws on unsuspecting, naive, always young and good-looking vacationers in secluded cabins deep in the woods is now passé, at least in the movies. That's it for now. Thanks for joining us. I'm Todd Grosshahn. Doug Bernard will be back again tomorrow.